What's going on, guys? We have skipped the gym. Yes, we skipped working out today to bring you some Flynn. So I'm hoping that this video will be as good as me doing push-ups, sit-ups, and leggy stuff. So what are we going to be doing? The same thing we just did with the boy Yuri. I'm pretty sure that Yuri, we went a little bit more in depth because he's the general technically. And this guy, he's a little bit more, I think, more boring because he's a tank, and I feel like tanks always get the short end of the stick. But maybe he's a little bit more cooler than we think, because you guys already know we're going to show him, think out to, what is it, Sir Mecha. So he has the video, so we're going to be able to compare what he's like in his own game and what they're like in this game. And of course, what do we use the character for? So without further ado, skiddy Ricky Dinky Doo, let's get into it. Now, before I do anything, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe on the video, especially because we've been popping these out like a pregnant lady. Anyway, I just wanted to show that this guy actually, and I did look, and remember how I was able to compare Schmid with Yuri, but I could not find any character that actually has the same exact cookie cutter stats as Flynn. The closest that I've gotten to, and ironically so, is actually Garf. Garf has, oh wait, no, we want to hear the voices, baby. As Garf has like a very similar, he has more HP, more defense, but not by a lot. Like, it's very close. And I think the reason, wow, he sounds so weird. I think the reason is because they're both protect champions, and I think that I didn't know until I was looking around that they're the only protect. Beforehand, there was no other level 3, or so level 3, but faded protect character, if I'm not mistaken. If we look at all the tanks in the game, it's just Garf. And Chatty is, oh, there we go, Chatty is the other one. So does he have similar stats as Chatty? Nope, slightly different. So yeah, they have like, but those are like the closest to compare to the other protect characters. Everyone else, they're a little bit more offensive or super defensive, like a Ulum or Mahar with crazy defense totals. And we'll see that there's a little bit more sauce up in here. Nice dodge, sir. Critical hit is higher than Yuri's. Why? I guess the guy with the sword shield is a little bit more prepared for it. Block 210, which is nice to see. Always like a decently high block. The highest your block is, there's literally no downside to blocking. So the more the merrier. HP and defense is nice, attack is low, whatever. Of course, you know, we're gonna go into the skills. The boy is a lovely thing. Let's go to Unleash Potential actually before we go on to anything. I do want to showcase these because, you know, as a tank, they do have it that their damage skills do defense. They add the defense onto it, and then this one is adding some more defense onto it, a lot more defense on it as well. 45% in comparison to 15% on this one. That's 1 mana, this one's 3, and I mean that's yeah, it's multiplied by 3, so it looks like at least they properly multiplied the mana. This one also has like a stun to it. We'll go into that a little bit later, but also you guys got to remember that the defense tank, the reason of being a tank, and I think also by the way that this guy kind of works, he wants to be alive for 18 years, is that you possibly want to invest maybe into his passive first. You're not really looking for him to do that much damage, and his skills already do good stuff regardless. But if you were to get the reduce all allies damage 15%, I think it can't be stacked, so you only need one character on your team to do it. So if you already invested into a tank and they have it, then you don't need to put him in there. Like if you already have it on Garf, then there's no purpose of you putting it on him, then you, because it can't stack. So whoever has it, they get it first, and you never need, whoever is in there, you just keep that on them. So let's go over to the loveliness. Like I said, this one's gonna be a little bit quicker. I'm sorry. This guy is, you know, the tanks are, there's not too much fancy dancy pantsiness that you can do with him. So let's go over to the skills. Oh wait, first let's look at, yeah, 21. So he's the same age as Yuri. Interesting. I think that's cool from like a story mode perspective that they're the same age and things of that nature. I think his design is pretty cool. Look at the cape. He has the sword, the shield. He's good to go. Let's look at the basic attack. Just as exciting as I thought it would be. All right, so of course I'm gonna go over to this video. The guy Sir Mecha is gonna have once again this video with all of the skills and stuff like that for the character in this game. Over limit, Dragon Swarm. So a couple slashes into like kind of like a upward pillar thing that goes on. I have an answer for you. So it's another thing, and then something juts outwards afterwards, right? All right, I think that's, oh, I think we get the idea. I think we get the idea. All right, yes, I know I skipped the passes. I'll go right back to it because I just want to get this out of the way. So let's see the Blazing Pillar Smash. It just is a 1 mana, you know, signature force hit, 300% damage. Gonna do decent damage with signature force. And yeah, let's look at it. So boom, light up, and then boom, push him back. That's, I'm impressed, man. The reason why is just because it's like completely 100% accurate of what we just saw how he did in the game. A lightning pillar up and it pushes them back afterwards. Love it. I like the accuracy. I like the accuracy of the move. Now this move is going to be the Radiant Dragon Fang, and it's going to do some damage, which is who cares? It actually does less damage, which is weird. But the reason why is because of the stun. 5-turn stuns, nothing to scoff at. 5 turns, as we always say, stuns, any type of CC, hard CC in this game is better as time goes on. When there are less people, less allies, or less enemies or whatever, more specifically less enemies, then you know that stun could go for 2 rounds technically, or you know that's what you're kind of looking for. Or you want to usually stun a character when their turn is about to come up within 5 turns, so you actually get at least 1 effective turn of the stun. So let's look at in the original game what the Radiant Dragon Fang actually looks like. Spoilers, I guess he does this. Demonic Chaos. I don't know if he asked to do that move first or not. Okay. Oh. Wait, that's it? Oh no, you gotta end that, brother. Okay, the slashes, I guess. Oh, I guess you can do it different ways. Wait, what? Oh, it's a different move. I'm looking at a different move. Oh, wait, what? That actual original skill looked pretty trash, if I'm not gonna. So hopefully this one looks better. Here is the Radiant Dragon Fang. So there he is. I like that picture right there. That might be the thumbnail. Puts it up. Throws it. Oh, but to be fair, it's very accurate, but I think the original skill didn't look that good either, if we're being honest. But you know, it's very accurate. I like that when that blue shade though, that looked pretty smooth. Anyway, the biggest part of this guy is going to be his actual passive. He's a passive monster just like the other guy. So we have the share health, which you guys should already know. Pretty much he's going to be blocking about 30% of damage to a allied unit that has the lowest maximum health. Which, if you think, oh, he's gonna be paired with Yuri, and it might be, yeah, it might be Yuri. You know, all things considered, and they're kind of like big buddies or whatever like that. Cool, right? So gaining mana when the blah, 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 who cares? All right, so HP Relax heals for 2% of own health at the start of turn other than own turn. So he should be healing everybody else's turn, and that's regardless of if you have Garf or not. That's kind of why he's a decent character. I do like that aspect of him, that he's healing for himself. I just said in Yuri's video that you probably need to pair with Dorka so he can keep himself healed. If this guy's with Dorka, that might even be crazier. If this guy's compared with CC, then it would even be crazier, because that's a lot of HP healing that could be done out there. So I really would like to see that as a combo. We'll go into that a little bit later. Life Rebuff, if under the effect of the command, heals for 30% of damage taken when receiving damage. So you guys already know where we're gonna go after this, just to test it out as best as we can. But I do love that aspect as well, because I just said that with shared health, he is going to be taking 30% of damage from an ally and taking it onto himself. But with this under the command, he'll be at least healing for 30% of that 30%. Like, hopefully that's not too confusing, but he'll be taking some of that damage and then healing immediately, so he won't even be taking the full amount of the damage he's preventing from someone else. This is actually what makes Naomi really strong. I know I haven't shown you guys the power of Brown, but when her thing is that she makes it immune. The shared damage is she's immune to it. So essentially she's just taking damage off of your allies, and she's just taking it, and it's immune, so she doesn't actually take damage from it herself. So the ability to do this is similar to that, but at least he's healing it back. But as I've said, and as I've just stated, if you have someone like CC on the team, the heal is fatter. You know, if you have anything that's boosting healing, it will be fatter. So I think that that's something that you should keep in consideration. Just saying, if you're trying to utilize him specifically. If you're just trying to utilize like Yuri, like I showed you guys a good team with Yuri, but if you're trying to utilize him to sustain himself, I think you want to go with a little bit of different route. So that's all I'm going to say about that. If we're going to go with gear set, I mean, Do I really need to go gear set? I feel like taking these out of all the reviews because it's like the smartest way to do this. Especially since he's a HP based character, you definitely want to go 6 on the first awaken, all red. I mean, and then I think again same thing actually. You know, probably 4, and then 2 machine to finish out the R1 gear. I don't think that there's anything else. He doesn't have any scalings off anything else. Technically, yes, his unleashed potential does awaken and does damage scaling off of his defense, but he is a tank. He's there to sustain himself. You could go 2, 3 if you wanted to, 2, 3, and then have the option open for one of a obscure color, which would be, you know, I would say light and dark. You would kind of be like, oh, most likely no one's gonna hit me light and dark, right? So I can kind of see that. I can kind of see how you would possibly do that, but you're just losing so much HP. I would actually even be tempted to say just go 6/6 double red. Reason being is because there's not too much fire meta in the game right now. I think eventually there will be. Like I said, if Corgi gets a good core reverse, he might become a threat. I think Jean is fast, and I think that who else is the other fastest fire? Hyken, the little fire mouse gangsta pimp guy. He's also pretty fast as well, and they have AoEs that with certain start they can start off with fire, and then if they're max elemental enhanced they pose a threat to you. But even still, all that HP, you're gonna be soaking up a lot of damage. It might not even mean anything even if they were to do that to you. So it is what it is. That's your own risk. I personally still have not seen a pure punish to running any character to 6/6 fire. Haven't seen a punish to it to this day. There will be eventually though, I'm pretty sure. Now this is one thing that I actually forgot to test out, is how does revive work with tranquil? I'm pretty sure it's the tranquil triggers first, then the revives go off. So we're gonna do this and then kind of see how he heals, how he's actually going to heal, and all other nonsense, which I think is very important. Oh my god, these things are triggering, it was so annoying. All right, so let's try this. Let's see what happens under Garf, and then we're gonna see how they heal and do all this other nonsense. And then after that, I'm going to switch out Bathory, and we're going to see what happens when I switch out Bathory, and I'm gonna try to bring in Schmid and CC, and then have them both under Master Footworks and see how much the healing is in that scenario. I do want to see how his healing is on a regular basis first. No auto, you guys don't know what you're doing. All right, so you guys already know, just boom, boom, boom. All right, so I can't even see because the thing is in the way. He's like full health. So as you can see, Garf and Bathory still have their tranquils. They do not. So let me see if there's any other indicator. We know that they still have their thing, so their revives have not triggered yet. We know that for a fact, so they'll come back. I did want to see FLYNN take some damage here, but it seems like fortunately he's not going to. All right, so he did die that one round. This so did he actually die? And then like is this Yuri's second revive? They just lost their first life. All right, here we go. That was his second life. So the first, like, so it was the same, right? So that was weird. As we saw there, Yuri just had 3 lives. He had the prevention of death from Tranquil, and then he had his 2 revives. Meanwhile, this guy only took 2 hits, so he should have 3. So in this scenario, he should have 2. Oh wait, he doesn't have a revive. I'm stupid. I'm so dumb. Okay, so that worked in 10. For some reason, I thought he had a revive as well. I don't know where I was reading that. There's the Stelly that has a revive. Maybe that's why I was mixing up the skill kit. So no, that worked properly, right? But what I wanted to see is him to heal his damage back up. Here we go. He's healing like I know why. I think I know why it's happening. You know what? I can't do it here then. He's healing the command. He's command healing, and he's 30% of the damage. But the damage that he's taking is so high that it's over healing him. So we have to do it somewhere else. All right, let me try this stage. It might be a little bit easier to see what I'm trying to do. All right, cool. We finally get to see some stuff now. All right, so he just lost his tranquil. So for this turn, Garf's turn, he'll heal. So he currently has like no HP pretty much, and he should get some. That is how it works. he has no HP. He should be getting some after this turn. I'm gonna hit this guy. I can actually stun. Is he even healing at all? Oh, you know what? He is healing, but it's like 6. 2%. Yeah, what is that? 2% of his HP. His HP. It says own health, so it should be his current health, like whatever his current health is. So he's so low on HP. He's healing 2% of that HP, which is pretty low. Okay, I understand how that works now. Did you guys understand that? Because I kind of got fooled. See how he's slowly beating up. So this even more reinforces the fact that you're definitely 100% going to need to run him with a healer or a Dorka or something like that. He needs to heal. So let's go out of this. I forgot what this encounter is. Cause and effect. All right, so we're gonna go out of this and we're gonna pair him with we're gonna pair him with Dorka, not yet, and then we're gonna just see what he's like with CC and Schmid and see if they the boost to the healing will at least get him to heal a little bit better here. All right, let's see him heal now. All right, finally got it to work. Well, I'm gonna make it work right now. So the guy on the left I haven't attacked yet, so he should hit me back. Hopefully he does damage, and then we can see how the healing is affected. It's been a nightmare. There we go. So boom, he's low. First aid. Okay, I didn't want a first aid hit, but it's gonna be with that. So you see a little inch, it is inched up a little bit. Look at it, it's gonna slowly go up. Small little inches. It's because he has low HP. His HP even with this is only 1900s, and he's looked like he's slightly above that. So if you think about, let's say he's above 8, so if you split that in half, 1900, and that's with a 950, and then you take 2% of 950. Where's my magical calculator? 19 HP. So that's a very small, like very kind of small amount of HP that he's gaining per turn. Obviously, if he has more HP, he'll be gaining more per turn, and then he'll be getting back up. And this is also with Spring Wind, so this is increased by 100% health regeneration. So, you know, 19 times 100%, which I think is, what is that, fundamentally, like it's almost like doubled. So like he's healing 38, but are you gonna really see a heal of 38? It's gonna take so long for it to even get to a point where that matters. But yes, in a general stance, yes, he's healing, you know, every little turn, and you'll see him slowly but surely heal himself back up pretty much the full, plus with the other healing. Now I would argue that this is not strong enough. I think that this is just not, the 2% is just too low, I would have to say. He's healing up, but I would say that he still needs a little bit of more assistance. And once he gets a little bit more tanky, once you invest into him, you know, he's gonna heal a little bit more. But more importantly, his whole gimmick is that he's not that he's necessarily just healing, that he also has a stun attached to him. He's protecting a unit, so while he's protecting that unit, he's also gonna be getting mana from when they get hit as well. So he'll have the ability to do this 3 mana 5-turn stun very often, and I think that's the whole shtick, if I were to put my money on it. So bringing that into a better perspective, I would think that running her, you'd have to then do more testing when he's like fully built and think like, oh man, I still need to be able to heal more. But I would just say that, you know, adding in another healing factor like a Dorka would probably make it a little bit more easier, just because like the higher the HP is, because it's current HP. It's like, so it's not his max HP, which would be a little bit better. So he's healing very small amounts. So the lower he is, the worse his passive is. So that's where the command aspect is supposed to come in and help him heal some of the damage that he just took. As you can see, he gets hit. Oh, he's level 1. He gets hit and he's losing all his HP. But the damage that he takes, that I think I saw it was like 4,000. So 30% of that 4,000 that he would have took, he would automatically heal. So at least he wouldn't be 1 HP trying to heal 2% of that. You know, that would be terrible. So 4,000 times 30%, 1,200 heal. You know, and then on top of that, the other thing would be good. But his HP is so low well, he's 1600 HP, so if he heals 12,000, he's gonna be pretty much near full anyway. So you know, it's very tough to test that right now. All in all, I think he's a decent character. He's meant to sit there and just pretty much be a stun bot. That's pretty much his whole role. His role is to get mana by just being there and existing, and by protecting a unit. And then with that, those two things in mind, he's gonna get, you know, just start stunning characters. There's not too much actual status effect immunity in the game. A lot of people, yes, run Iris, but she can only protect so much. I still think, same thing like with Yuri, I still think that this is like the kind of the main comp is Garth, Rudley for the extra stats and stuff like that. Also because FC Rudley is going to give him HP, he's going to give him all those beautiful stats for free, and it's going to make him a little bit harder. Plus there's like pretty much a double protect. I don't think that the protect stack on the same unit. I don't think that that's how it works, but even still, that unit will get healed up, he'll be giving out stats, and then you can kind of burst it out the way that you want to. Then if you want to double up and even further, like if they want to make it pretend that you can run this, but that's only one man's thoughts. So YFOs in the comment section below. What do you guys think about Flynn? How would you use him? How are you going to use him? He's the one that everyone does get, so it's the one that everyone has the ability to do, but just so you guys know, his passive is not the one that synergizes with command. Is pretty doo-doo. As you can see, if he gets low on HP, it's going to take him 8 years to heal back up. If it scaled off his max HP, it actually would be pretty decent, because then it would be a fatter heal. Like if you were to look at any of these characters, looking at Garth for instance, if he were to get 2% of his max HP per turn, just off the rip without anything else, 13,000 times 2%, that's still pretty bad. It's 260, which is, you know, every turn. I guess that can somewhat add up, but you know, every single turn you're going to be getting that, and then when his turn comes up, he's not. But like, comment, subscribe, and just remember that every day the Kashino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.